Welcome back to the PCC post Doctor Who, and we are joined. Well, I am joined by John Santos.
Greetings.
And Google Boy, Jeremy Hoffman.
Hello.
GB.
I just realized we haven't got the printout in front of us, but so let's just go and crack on with some news for the week. First of all, starting with what happened yesterday and the casting of Wonder Woman in The Man of Steel 2. So now we have Batman, we have Superman, we have Wonder Woman, Nightwing is also rumored.
So I missed this news.
Yeah.
I've intentionally not paid attention to it.
So
who is it?
Her name is Gal Gadot, and she is from the Fast and the Furious, the last two Fast and the Furiouses.
She's Han's girlfriend.
Okay.
She's the cool one with the guns, the fire stuff. She's
Cool.
a former model turned actress.
Okay.
Israeli, and she's a very beautiful woman. She looks.
Does she do it like in the fast? Not that it truly matters, but like in the Fast movies, is she like the type that does her own stunts? Like, is she going to get in there as Wonder Woman?
Sure.
Like, you know what I'm
She
saying?
seems
Like,
very-
is
yeah,
she
she
going to
seems very
like?
physical, yes.
Is she going to get into it,
she is-
or is she
you-
going to like?
you-
Is she the pretty face?
So
that's
you
gonna,
haven't seen Fast 6 then?
I have not.
Okay, so there's the whole scene. There's the scene with the airplane, and she and Han are outside having a gunfight with guys on a truck, on the top of a truck with the wheel. She feels very active.
Okay, cool.
And she's got that exotic, from a remote island kind of look about
Who
her.
knows
and-
if she can act? Because all she really does is have her ass slapped and sit lovingly on Han's lap in the movies. But
So are they gonna just?
Well, this is
we
the question.
don't know.
How much
That's
are we?
like-
How much Wonder Woman are we going to see? Are we going to see Diana Prince? Is this the introduction? He's saying, oh, there's, Wonder Woman's being cast. Is she going to turn up in a post-credit scene as an intro to the Wonder Woman movie?
Yeah, sure, that'd be fine, but it's just like, why announce casting then, right?
since there's no Wonder Woman film like in the works at this point in time, I think she's actually, from what I understood from the articles I read, she's actually part of the storyline itself.
So this is one hell of a jump.
So where? Okay, then
What?
where were Wonder Woman, Batman during that final fight? Then, like, you can't have that. Like, we've had this conversation. It has to be that Superman starts it off, like, and the other people follow. That he is the first superhero. It's in the blueprints. It's in the fucking name.
Yeah.
Like, just.
Are you hearing any complaints from here? No,
I'm not. There's no complaints. I don't care like about the casting. It just seems like, hey, we're gonna put it.
The
we're
mythology is out
It's
of
just a
order, and it
lot
seems
of
really
like
confusing
trying to
to you.
shove a lot of
I
stuff
think what
into one movie.
I think what we'll see is that the arrival of Superman and this battle will, one, bring Batman out of retirement, and
Out
two,
of retire. So are we still?
It takes place
after.
after. It takes place after
it's
Batman
Dark
Rises.
Knight. Yeah, it's after the.
After Dark Knight.
Is that official now?
Yes.
Like, if
Yes.
we like,
It
they
is.
said that's in the same universe.
Yes.
And it's
Can
not-
I?
it's
so
more than
hold.
3
Can you
weeks.
guys move back so I can flip?
Yeah,
no,
really.
No.
I didn't have weak nerd arms. I was looking at the table.
But I'm also guessing that we will, the arrival of Superman also means that perhaps Diana Prince, Wonder Woman, leaves the island to come and find.
So where does that terrible Green Lantern movie fit into this timeline? If we're just gonna retcon the whole universe to
I don't
make all
think-
this shit fit,
I don't
no?
think it does.
I don't
They're
think
not
it's
gonna
worth
polish that
making an
green
excuse.
Actually, no, that's a lie. They may very well find a way. I mean, it's okay. In the Avengers, this is kind of a bizarre little nerdy moment.
Okay.
On the helicarrier, they're showing you've got all these different like superhero shots from all the other movies and stuff like that. There's a shot from the Hulk, and I swear it's from the original Hulk, not the Incredible Hulk, of the Hulk tearing up a tank in the middle of the desert.
Possibly.
Yeah.
And I think it was from the Ang Lee version,
yeah.
not the. So I don't think there's in any universe anywhere else they might. I'm sure they.
Yeah,
could
but
take
that
scraps
was
of something.
officially like a Marvel movie. It was part
It
of
was,
the
yeah.
universe,
I'm
right?
just
Like,
saying that the well, now because they did a whole weird
Weird,
retcon thing with
yeah.
the Incredible Hulk to make it more like a TV series. I'm wrapping this up. Next, I don't know.
I
No,
just,
they will not bring in Green Lantern.
Okay, I'm
this
not
time.
going to get angry, but it just seems like a lot of shit to put into one movie.
It's Zack
Speaking
Snyder.
of a lot of shit to put into one movie, how about that Spider-Man trailer?
Holy cow!
Jesus, I feel like I watched the entire movie this morning.
What is that? Like, you guys know, I've tried to give up watching like trailers like after the initial,
wish
just
I
because
hadn't
everything
watched it.
gives it away. I mean, it feels like it's the natural kind of like continuation from the first film.
Yeah, it's
if you
continuing
played
on
the
the
video game, which
seeking
was
for
probably
his-
not a great idea.
The mystery of his father's storyline, which to me just seems really banal. But
So
whatever.
his father had an underground,
Yeah. Well,
Subway-
that's how they allude to it in the trailer. It may be a secret lab from something else, but yeah, the way they make it look like is there's some weird subway track that opens up, and they've turned a subway car into some kind of lab down there.
It just seems like just don't.
And how many bad guys? We know we've got Rhino. We know we've got Electro.
And you've got
Rhino, we haven't seen like a clean shot of.
No,
yet,
we've
right?
just seen
It's
we've just
like
seen the mech suit.
But like not even like the full mech suit.
yeah. Well,
right?
in
It
the,
was just
the
kind
poster shows the full suit.
Oh, okay.
The poster shows the full suit, and then there's a couple shots. You get a foot and a horn and a couple of little tidbits.
Yeah,
within
that's
the
in the trailer.
Yeah.
Seemed cool. Then what? Electro,
And then
Goblin.
Either Hob or Green.
It
Yeah.
looks like
Yeah.
green,
Yeah.
but who knows? They've
Well-
got the weird orange hair, so maybe
And
seems
then
like a
there's
lot.
the little bit where
You see Vulture and Doc Ock in there.
where you see
yeah,
the,
at least
the,
their
the
rigs.
outfits, their rigs, yeah.
So I mean, but that's cool. Like that's the stuff I like. Like,
But you don't
But
put that
as
into
long-
a trailer.
right, exactly. You don't put that in the trailer, like especially if they're not going to be in the movie.
Yeah.
Like if this isn't a Sinister Six film, like don't show that because when he's walking down that hallway in the movie, that's when, as a nerd, I want to be like, next
Yeah.
movie we're gonna have like it. Just seems like they just show so much.
But
They
I
showed
agree.
too
But
much.
already as a nerd, we're already talking about it.
But I don't.
That's
think
our
it's-
job.
But we're
Yeah,
not talking.
We're getting
about it in a
paid right now to
positive
do
way.
this.
That's kind of cool.
Also, I'm not a big fan of Electro looking like the
Careful.
the Gremlin 2 character. No, but when Electro's like
I was gonna
remember
say
in
Doctor
Gremlins 2,
Doctor Manhattan.
Well, you know,
so-
Gremlins 2, the new batch.
We're not
when
gonna see
he turns
Electro
into
Dong?
electricity and zaps around.
Oh,
that
right,
one.
okay,
That's
interesting.
why I mean,
Interesting.
just you see, Jamie Foxx is a fantastic actor, and like I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do with it. I don't have a problem with his ethnicity or anything as Electro, but what I do have a problem with is this like ball of electricity wisping around. I mean,
I think John has an issue with the fantastic actor line.
Yeah.
look,
He's a fine actor.
Your body tensed a
He's
little.
a fine actor.
I look,
I
when
have
he-
nothing
when-
against
when
Jamie
he-
Foxx,
when he-
but I'm
look,
not pro Jamie Foxx.
I thought he was
either.
great in Collateral. Obviously, he was good. He was good in Ray. I actually liked him in was it White House Down?
Sure, yeah.
Because it was just him being himself and being silly.
Yeah.
And when he does that, he does it very, very well. And
Yeah.
that type of thing, I think he's very good at he's certainly good enough to be
I will
a
give you
bad guy in
Collateral.
Spider-Man.
I will give you Collateral.
Yeah, I don't know. It just seemed like it showed a ton. It seemed unnecessary to show that much.
That last shot, by the way, the CG shot of Electro and Spider-Man fighting, was that like really bad
I think
CGI?
it has to be early.
Okay.
I mean, so much of that stuff is super early.
That's
but
where I bring the Gremlins 2 new batch because all Spider-Man's going to do to finish it up is he's going to hold a phone up and Electra's going to fly in the phone and then he's just going to put him on hold.
Ooh.
And then Spider-Man 3 will be the Sinister Six one where Doc Ock uses an arm to free Electro by taking him off hold. There you go. I've just written the movie. On the subject of other movies that are Marvel-ish type things, as in Marvel characters, before you get all arsey with me again, Jeremy. It's Fox, it's Paramount.
Yeah, it's true though.
Thor. We've all watched Thor.
No, that's Marvel.
I think we all like
That's actually
Thor.
Marvel.
I
Let's
know.
correct you.
I
It's
know.
Disney, so it's not like Marvel. It is
Marvel.
Marvel.
But we liked Thor, I think. Everybody enjoyed
Yeah,
Thor.
I liked Thor. I saw it a week late. I enjoyed it more.
Oh, yeah.
It was fine.
I was about to say, you're very quiet. I mean, I would say that the Thor is probably the most enjoyable of the superhero movies I've seen this year.
I think it's just he's fun. Like it's a fun movie.
Of the two?
Well, the Iron Man,
Okay.
Man of Steel, Wolverine.
Oh, okay. I see. You're going
mean,
all out. Okay.
well,
well, that's interesting. I would still go for Wolverine, but okay.
Having
I
watched
thought this
Wolverine
was
on Blu-ray
fun.
again yesterday, it's gone down a notch.
Interesting.
Yeah, I
was
thought
that the unrated version? Was it like did it have the blood and the extra stuff in? No. So okay. I'm curious to see that.
I think we're all cute. I couldn't find it anywhere.
weird. Well,
So
Thor.
Thor,
Uh,
the Dark World.
Can we just get a
Crappy bad
Thor and Loki movie? Like, just everyone else, just get rid of them. Just an hour and a half of them.
You've just suggested like probably every piece of slash fiction
I
on
know.
the
I'm
internet.
sure all of this has been written on the internet. I'm
Bow,
sure
bow,
Marcus has a file on his
Thou
computer.
art truly my brother. Down. Bow, wow.
Anyways,
I'm a brother lover, yo.
that last fight, I know I've had a lot of complaints this year about superhero fight scenes and just being ridiculous, and you can't understand what's happening because people are being thrown through buildings.
Right.
But that last fight,
The last fight's
where
pretty
he's like
fantastic.
dropping through the portals
Yeah.
and multiple dimensions, was
They did
awesome.
They did a great job of setting up geography throughout the beginning of the film, and then when the final battle comes along and people are popping through different planets and everything else like that, and they even got a little bit of a gag with the subway
Yep.
shtick going on there. No, the actual final battle of that was quite solid.
No, it was good. But I know, Jeremy, you in particular want to talk about the post-credit scene. And I know you're a big fan of Thor and Jane making out. That's the one you want to talk
That's
about.
the why I was going to talk about the big ice monster pet that was running around. No,
No?
That's the
no,
end
we
of
don't want to talk
Frozen.
about him.
No.
Oh, is that Frozen?
Yeah.
How was that?
Frozen's great. Frozen's great.
No, the final the mid credit scene that sets up
The Collector.
the collector, where I
Benicio del Wacko
gasped
Toro.
like in the movie, like half my theater left. Like, who are these people that leave Marvel movies before?
That really is a
Like,
bizarre
I
thing
just
now.
find that it's
I
like, if
think
you've
they
not
know
seen
by
any
now.
of
Yeah.
these, like, we're only 14 in, guys.
Well, like almost in a weird way, you should stay for the I mean, out of respect for all the bazillions of people that are involved in the film, you should stay and watch the credits anyways. That's my philosophy. But nowadays, who knows what's going to be at the end? I mean, Frozen has a little bit at the end of the movie for those who hang around to watch that, and it's a cute little bit. I mean, it's like they're always throwing these
They're always
post-credit
something,
gags
yeah.
now.
So the
Collector.
collector scene, awesome. I want to go through and like analyze that whole thing. At one point, you see kind of I can't. What's the word they use? Not What's a caterpillar turn into?
Butterfly?
No,
Moth?
Chrysalis.
Chrysalis?
Chrysalis.
chrysalis. That
The more you know.
Turns into a butterfly, though,
he
too.
turns into. Yes, thank you.
He really, and it
Are
doesn't
you
turn
rocking
into a
full gump
chrysalis.
right now?
Yeah, well, he
He
doesn't turn into a
forms
chrysalis.
one.
That's the mid stage, the pupa stage.
Pupa.
Anyways,
Pupa.
I'm sorry. So what you saw, a chrysalis of some sort?
So there was some stuff in there that I think people like fans of the comics are looking at and they're freaking out about, because there's gonna be the
amongst his
chrysalis is like
collection.
a Adam Warlock reference possibly. There's a bunch of stuff in there, and I think
right.
people are gonna want to go through there. There was some stuff on the whiteboard, or not the whiteboard, but the chalkboard. When the Doctor was in the insane asylum, they referenced Earth 616, the Marvel Universe, and they had a couple other interesting things kind of listed in the background, which is always my favorite stuff in Marvel movies. So let us know if you saw some stuff in that scene.
Well, what's interesting is the director of Thor 2 has come out this week and has basically he said that he wasn't happy with that mid-credit scene because it wasn't his.
It was James Gunn
yeah,
who shot it. Yeah.
It was James Gunn who shot it. It wasn't his mid-credit scene, and he said he's happy for James Gunn to take the blame for it, which just makes me
Take the blame
Yeah.
for it.
And then
Were
he kind of
people unhappy about it?
Well, no, he was unhappy because apparently it didn't fit into his movie.
Well,
Which
he
it
was kind
doesn't. I mean, the whole thing of it is it's to set up the Guardians of the Galaxy, which is going to be the first complete tonal shift, I think, in this universe that we're going to see.
yeah, it seems weird, and also,
And then he kind of changed
and then
his
how did they
verbiage to
feel
say
about
not-
his
not, you know.
post-credit scene? Then?
Well, I mean that was just horrible. I mean that was just total.
I mean, my big theory was, and I talked to Santo about this, is I thought the monster in the post-credit scene
Right.
was going to be what the Shield tie-in was going to be,
Yeah.
where maybe they had to hunt that down. I was like, okay, cool. Like, that really added nothing, but maybe it's going to add to the extension of the universe, and then it just went nowhere.
I actually thought they were trying to prep for 50 Shades of Grey. He was going to come in, kiss her, spank her with a hammer, and we move on.
I think people wanted the kiss. I feel that a lot of the female audience, and hey, myself as well, and to some extent, you've got this kind of prolonged love story that's taking place. We never really see them kiss. Is he leaving yet again, and she's going to be sitting there moping for another bazillion years? At the end, hey, okay, we get some resolution with the kiss. There's nothing wrong with that.
I didn't have a problem with the kiss. I just think as the post-credit scene of like where usually in these Marvel films, like that's when
Eating
there's a bigger
shawarma?
reveal.
I would have switched
Well,
them. I would have probably
that's-
switched
that's
them
true.
around.
I'll give you that one.
Yeah, I would have probably switched them around. Personally.
Yeah, I think if you would have switched, I think the pre-credit or like the mid-credit scene is so nerdtastic that it
Right.
makes the second one just
And
seem a little. Because you're sitting there waiting, and you're like,
Also,
"What's it
by
going to
the
be?
way-
What's it going to be? What's it going to be? What's it going to be?" And then it's the kiss,
And
and
let's
you're like,
well, let's think about this as well. Also, though, now he's now officially on Earth.
right.
So that's also something that we get out of that post-credit sequence, is that he's back, he's there to stay.
He doesn't have to deal with the
He's
yeah.
next.
Right.
We now get to see him in a denim shirt and jeans as what's his alter ego's name? Not Thor. Frank Thorson. No, I don't know what it is.
Doctor.
Dior.
I literally just had it. I had it in my head.
Doctor. He was a doctor, right?
Is he really?
Yeah.
Does he go back to school?
Well, no, he actually had in the first movie where they created the fake ID for him.
Right.
That's
Oh,
what,
okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I can't
Um,
think of the name.
Oh, yeah, the name's going to come back to me.
No, it's
But I mean, let's face it. If you believe South Park, he can get back to Loki and all those guys at any time.
Oh, yeah.
Because all he has to do is open Natalie Portman's wormhole, because she has a wormhole. You watched South Park, didn't you?
I didn't,
Yeah.
but
I did.
I
You did?
will
No,
now.
I'm talking about the Thanksgiving special from
Special.
last year.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I thought you were talking about this week. So
No.
I was like, no, I missed that one.
Yeah. So,
Okay. Well, I think we were going to talk briefly about Almost Human, but Elise is giving me the look like we're probably. Are we okay? We're good.
No,
we
we're
got
good.
like 3 minutes. Okay.
well, let's talk about Almost Human. We're 4 episodes in.
4 episodes in.
4 episodes
My brief kind of like initial thoughts are it's probably one of the most expensive looking shows on
Very expensive.
on basic cable right now.
Yeah.
Especially if they're going to keep
Basic
this
cable
up.
network. It's network.
Or network.
Fox,
Sorry,
yeah. No, it's
network.
Easily the most expensive on network.
Easily the
television.
most like comparison between that and like Shield. Some of the CG is it's just a different class.
There's no comparison, which is weird considering Shield's got all the Marvel money behind it. You would think they actually would have invested, I don't know, in story and ideas and a visual style and something, but Fox is running away with it right now with Sleepy Hollow and Almost Human, which
I'm a little behind on Sleepy Hollow, but Almost Human right now is it's I think the thing is like all the stories that are currently happening don't have to take place in
not at
the
all.
future.
No,
like,
it's a cop show.
It's a cop
It's
show.
a buddy cop show
It's
with
a-
good chemistry.
right,
though. Yeah.
two good characters, and then all the fun little world building stuff, and they're not talking down to the audience. I was thinking of this. I was kind of going back and fast forwarding through a couple of the episodes this morning, and is it the third episode with the girls
Was
or
that
the second?
The Die Hard episode.
Yeah, no, sorry. So it's the second
The sex
one
bots?
with the sex bots.
Which, okay, one of my complaints about the show is the naming conventions for a lot of the technology is dumb as
Well, the naming
hell.
is, but like the fact that
Like
you don't.
Disguiso mask.
And I wonder, this was.
It is. It's something
Sure.
like that.
It's always really well, like the DNA bomb is the
Yeah.
thing I was gonna like say is I like the fact that they're not like as they leave the room be like, hey Frank, throw out a DNA bomb, and they
Yeah.
look it and then they like do it. They walk out and then like 2 scenes later they
Right.
reference it.
Right.
But the
What-
names are so dumb.
What would have been funny though, as a DNA bomb, if that thing had just gone,
yeah.
as opposed to exploding
Exploding,
and throwing stuff in the air. I watched them slightly out of order. I watched episode 3
There's no
before.
reason to watch them in
I
order.
watched
for
the
most
Die Hard
part.
one,
Right. Yeah.
and I actually thought it was kind of amusing to see the drones delivering stuff.
Stuff. Yeah.
a la Amazon.
can't wait.
I like it. I
I
think
can't
it
wait for
needs-
the future when I could order things off Prime and
You
get
can
it in
just
30 minutes.
shotgun them out of the
Yeah.
sky.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
we started off with this big bad of the syndicate type thing, who are the mastermind, and they've kind of vanished, and it's almost like Shield, where they did that, and where Centipede
Yep.
or Millipede.
I
Yeah.
would have thought by the 4th episode that they would have popped back in.
Right. Well, apparently Centipede is back though in this next episode of Shield. That same that character is back in.
Michael.
Yeah, Michael is back. But yeah, I think that it looks like the way they're handling things, they've created some bizarre structure now where it's probably like 5th or 6th episode they'll introduce the major plot line again. I think people have gotten really scared after Lost and the serialization of television. I think people are really worried about that. So so this season everything is incredibly episodic. Minus Sleepy Hollow, actually, which has found a really nice balance, I think, between the two. But yeah, I think my guess is probably episode 5 or 6 of Almost Human they will reintroduce because you've got the ex-girlfriend, excuse me, who I guess was head of. And what are they fighting against? What is this awful? What are they revolted? What are the bad guys doing?
They're just assholes.
Bad. Okay. So it's not like they're not like Luddites or anything. They're not like anti-technology. They're not something fun.
No, they're like
just-
assholes
Okay.
basically. So I like Almost Human. I think Carl Urban's awesome. Mackenzie Crook.
Yep.
I love Mackenzie.
Now, did you see this last week's episode?
Yes.
Okay, it's great to see, and it's nice that they're giving everybody their day in court to have a character's episode. I think
Is
that's
that
really
the
cool.
Scientist?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think he's really
What was
cool.
he's from?
He's from Pirates of the
Pirates,
Caribbean,
right?
the original The Office.
He's been a
he's
character
great.
in the UK for a while.
Yeah,
Glad to see him
great
doing well.
face.
Yeah.
Just like flesh pulled around a skull. He looks awesome.
All right, so we do have to wrap up, but I'm digging it. Donald Blake was our answer for Thor's alter ego,
That's
Dr.
it,
Donald Blake.
Dr.
DB.
Blake.
And it
DDB.
just totally went through all of our skulls, although I like Dr. T. Hore.
Yeah,
T-Hor is
Dr.
good.
T-Hor.
Would
Okay,
it be
so
T.
T-Hor.
T. Hore,
yeah.
T-Hor.
Terry Hore,
Yeah.
Thomas
Hor.
Hore,
Thomas Hor.
Thomas.
Theodore Hor. Dr. Theodore Hor.
Ted Hore.
Ted Hor. Ted Talks.
Yeah. That's our show for this
Word
week.
association.
Yeah,
do
that's
we
fine,
culture
don't worry.
class.
do we have a Snowpiercer update? Elise says no. No
She's still
Snowpiercer.
she's still just crying tears of the butchering of the film.
I
for a
actually
Western
hear
audience.
there's now a debate about that.
There is. The Guardian did a great piece, I think, that I forwarded to
Yes.
you guys.
Yeah.
Where it's like people do not want it censored, and Weinstein's don't dick with it because it's not us you'll have to be scared of. It's a lease.
Let's be honest. That movie's not gonna come out and make $1 billion anyways, right?
The longer, well, I'll
hold on.
tell you, the longer
Sorry,
they
I can't look at Lisa
the
in the
longer
eyes
they
as I do
delay it,
this.
I
Yeah.
agree, because people will start the folks who are really after it and want to get good word of mouth out on it will start smuggling in the French
Right.
versions. And
So,
all this
but
other
it's just
stuff.
like it's not going to be one of those movies that, if they keep it in the original language and everything, is going to make billions of dollars. So
English?
why fuck with it?
No, I was thinking it's an English.
Oh.
It's an English movie, and he's just talking about cutting
Cutting out all the-
yeah, cutting out all the character stuff
Oh,
just
that's
to reveal
bullshit.
the action. I know,
ridiculous.
Still not going to make all the money.
W-
Sorry.
w-
No,
are
it's
we
not.
back next
It's
week?
not.
I'll buy a ticket for the
We
first
should be.
night, so it has a little bit.
I would say yes.
Yeah, we got to figure it out. We got some
Next week will
madness
probably be
going
the
on.
last week.
Yeah, probably.
Last-
So let
last
us
show.
know your favorite holiday films.
Holiday films.
Yes,
Also,
indeed.
I guess maybe best of the favorites of the year too. I guess since we're coming to the end of
Sure.
the year.
And maybe some suggestions for films to watch over the Christmas period, a holiday period, or books to read, comic books, DVDs.
Arthur Christmas, man.
I'm sorry, Scrooge.
Oh, Arthur. Oh, Scrooge. Have you seen
No,
Arthur? Have
no,
you seen Arthur Christmas?
I love Scrooge. Don't get me wrong with Bill Murray.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about Albert Finney in Scrooge.
Oh, the old school.
oldie
Wow.
one.
Okay.
That is
Fair,
my
yeah.
that is my Christmas movie every Christmas Eve. I have to
Interesting.
watch it.
Interesting.
Yeah. So so it's good night from me. It's good night from them.
You sound like my dog when he snores.
Who?
My dog.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He sounds that way.
I hope
Cool.
the camera's off.
Awesome dog.